For all of the waiting that we've had to do for Kanye West's albums, there's never been a dull moment between them. From the opening of his fashion line during the Life of Pablo to the short film that he made when promoting 808s and Heartbreak. The Chicago legend has been known to go a bit over the top when hyping up his record. Now that Donda is actually out in the world, we still need to call attention to the little stunt that led up to it. Over the past few months, Kanye's listening parties for the record have been a golden ticket for any hip-hop fan, with rough mixes being blasted over loudspeakers while Ye goes off in the middle of a stadium. While the first listening party in Atlanta already had us waiting with bated breath, Ye pulled out all the stops when he came to Soldier Field in Chicago. Since he was on home soil, you knew he was gonna go a little harder than usual. That's not what people are talking about though. What really got people turning heads was the special guests that he had with him. First of all, we have DaBaby, still rearing his head at the show after trying to save face for the homophobic comments he made a while ago. After pretty much the entire music community came down on him, Ye has seemed to stick by his side through all of this, almost like he's trying to build up as much controversy as possible. Say what you want about Ye having lots of different friends in the hip-hop community, but the fact that he decided to keep DaBaby in the mix speaks more volumes than it probably should. For the past few months, Ye has kept pretty vocal about how much he is in DaBaby's corner, even though the entire music industry left him out to dry after his comments. While it's anyone's guess as to why Ye would put someone this controversial on track, it might have something to do with the fact that this man was in Ye's corner when he decided to make his presidential run last year, and publicly said that he would vote for Ye. But the general public doesn't seem to be very thrilled about keeping a disgraced rapper on such a highly anticipated album. But who knows, maybe this track will just help DaBaby get back on his feet again. But only time will tell us. That's in the hip-hop community though. Along with DaBaby finding a spot at the listening party, Ye also took the time out to invite Marilyn Manson to the proceedings. For anyone who needs more context, Manson was one of the big shock rockers of the 90s who made a habit of stirring up controversy wherever he went. Did I miss anything there? Oh yeah, he's also being put on trial for years of scandals involving his past exes. Outside of the most recent stuff that's gone down with his ex-wife, Evan Rachel Wood, we now have many different women now coming out of the woodwork saying how much pain he brought to their lives from a dude who looks like David Bowie if he crawled out of the bowels of hell. He is being accused of exploiting his fame and power for sex by several women. Regardless of the star power that Ye possesses, this is not necessarily the best people to align yourself with when you're planning on making your big comeback, you know? After everything was over though, fans were speculating that maybe this wasn't just some plea to get attention. If you'd ask some of the Kanye stans out there, a lot of them would tell you that they saw this stunt as a slight jab at cancel culture, especially with both men dressed in all black and positioned outside of what looked like a church, which is not really a church but Kanye's old home, but nonetheless. Things start to get a little more complicated when you realize just how much religious imagery is present in the rest of the show, complete with men in riot gear looking like they're trying to protect them. Maybe Kanye was trying to say something about how we shouldn't judge the glamorous at face value and look at the real person underneath. The weird part is that a stunt like this is only the beginning of the craziness that went down at the listening party. While some claim that there wasn't too much going on during the past two listening parties before this, you will not have the same problem looking back on what happened here. As the music was playing over the loudspeakers, we also had a surprise cameo from Kim Kardashian, wearing a wedding gown and even appearing to renew her vows and practically recreating her and Kanye's wedding ceremony right there on the field grounds. This isn't just a stunt that they said they might get back together either. From the photos that we have of the show, we can still see Ye clearly holding a Bible in his hands as he approaches his soon-to-be ex-wife in her wedding gown. Regardless of what's been going on in the press, the man is clearly still in his feelings about her. Well, and fans had a lot to say about it. From some being completely spooked with the way Kim appeared, looking like La Llorona, to some even alleging that the divorce was fake all along to create hype around the release of this album. This ends up opening a slew of questions, considering where Kim and Kanye have been in the last few months after some very public divorce proceedings. It seems that they may have patched things up and are willing to move on to the next step in their marriage from the looks of what happened here. There hasn't really been much talk about them getting back together before this listening party, but who knows? Maybe Ye is taking a few pages out of Hova's book after all and is trying to make him and Kim the new hip-hop power couple. But wait, there's more. Outside of the crazy stunts he had already pulled that night, Kanye decided to actually go whole hog and perform a stunt of his own. In the days leading up to the listening party, fans kept noticing a large building that was being made in the middle of Soldier Field, which seemed to resemble the home where Kanye grew up in. It makes sense too, since Donda, the album, is meant to be a bit of a tribute to his childhood and the mother who raised him. What fans didn't expect was the very end of the performance, where Kanye unveiled the house only to burn the whole thing down. Whereas most rappers would, use fire in their presentation to make things look cool, Kanye didn't settle for the entertaining route. Towards the end of the performance, he was completely engulfed in flames as well, almost making the entire field look like it was being set on fire. While there have been many interpretations that fans have had for this kind of thing, many people are calling attention to Ye's use of fire, thinking that it was meant to burn away all the pain in his life to make way for something new. Outside of the art, though, Ye was definitely aiming to leave an impression here. Any other rapper might try to add some pyro to their setup, but Kanye is just looking to burn everything down to the damn ground by the time he's through. I mean, he already tried to do the whole Daredevil stunt in the video for Touch the Sky back in the day, so this is probably just him making good on his promise. Now fans have been mixed on the whole thing, to say the least. Even though Ye has gotten heaps of praise for what he did on that field that night, there are lots of fans that are more than a little bit confused with just what the hell went on there. Outside of the usual praises, fans on Twitter have been having a field day, doing a play-by-play of the whole thing, almost like it was an actual football game. Whereas the Pablo listening party started off with Chance the Rapper showing up and Kid Cudi reuniting with Ye again, Kanye is looking like he's got more in common with Evel Knievel than the actual rapper. Like it or not, Ye has definitely made a statement going into the press cycle for Donda. Although any other rapper will claim to have something that's one of the best records that they've ever made, having this many controversial figures in one place is where fans start to bow out. This is something that's really close to the chest for Kanye, especially if he's willing to set himself on fire just to get the rest of the hip-hop world to pay attention. Then again, there have been fans also calling out all these stunts as just being smoke and mirrors for the rest of the album, though there's a certain level of quality that you can expect from nearly every Kanye West record. Fans have also had their doubts as to whether the album would ever even see the light of day, and might end up being overhyped before it even came out. It's not like they don't have a point either. I mean, when you go through the trouble of making a stunt like this happen and bringing in celebrity cameos and enough fireworks for a 4th of July party, your fans are going to want music that's gonna be able to match what you just gave them. Now that we have the album in front of us, it's in the hands of the hip-hop community now. And all we have to do is listen and see where Kanye's bold new vision takes us. Either way, you can't say that this isn't coming from a more personal place this time. Standing at 26 tracks and running over 100 minutes long, this is gonna be a doozy of an album for any diehard fan to take in all at once. So what do y'all think about what happened at the listening party? Do you think that Ye was trying to make abstract art, or is he really being tasteless by bringing the Baby and Manson to the forefront? Also, what do you think about the Donda album? Did it live up to the hype? Leave your comments below and let us know. While you're here, also be sure to like and subscribe and keep it tuned into RIZZLE so that you don't miss out on the next hype train coming your way out of the world of hip hop. Catch you later and keep it RIZZLE.